Hello and welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a foot pod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a foot pod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. But the biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Well, go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. Hello and welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a foot pod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a foot pod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. But the biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Well, go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. Hello and welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a foot pod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a foot pod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. But the biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Well, go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Film My Run on Zwift. My name is Stephen Cousins and we are broadcasting live on Facebook and on YouTube. While we're getting everything ready, it would be absolutely awesome if you could go and subscribe to the Film My Run YouTube channel and also the Zwift Live YouTube channel. You can also find us on Facebook at facebook.com/filmmyrun and also Twitter at filmmyrun, and the website is www.filmmyrun.com. It's very nearly time, so sit back, relax, don't forget to drop me a ride on and watch me do all the hard work. Good morning. I've got Clive Finnemore with me, and we are going to run, well, we're going to move very slowly up a hill. There may not actually be a hill in Innsbruck. I hope we get to a hill fairly soon. But we're going to climb 500 metres this morning at 12% incline. Clive, just bear with me while I get heart rate sorted out and things like that. It won't be too long. I'm just trying to get the elevation sorted on screen as well. Just about right, I think. Do I need it to be a bit bigger? Wait. I move it slightly that way. And then make it a bit bigger. Or that way. Actually, do you know what? That's not going to have, if it goes to 500, that's not going to have all the digits in it, is it? Oh, I keep doing that one. Need is ready to pair. So let's just go to menu and pairing screen, heart rate. There it is. There's my Phoenix 6. And fingers crossed that's okay. Good. Oh, no. Go away. There we are. Right, back. We've got heart rate. Need to set. Oh, I've got it set. That's all right. That's good. Okay, Clive, I think I'm ready to go. Oh no, chat. Oh no, I've got chat. Have I got chat? Wait a minute. Let's just make sure I've got chat. So, Facebook and YouTube and Twitch chat. Hopefully. If you start messaging me on Facebook and you realise that the message isn't getting through, do give me... Oh, I suppose you can't give me a shout, can you? Because you won't know. Right, I've got no messages on Facebook or YouTube at all at the moment, so I apologise if you are messaging me for some reason, unless literally nobody has messaged and everybody's in bed, which is fair enough. But yeah, I've got nothing at the moment. I'll just try one more time with YouTube. I mean, it seems to be connected. It's just that normally I would expect at least somebody to be saying hello or something. Ah, hang on a minute, is it that? No, maybe not. Okay. Ah, there we are. Andrew Cutmore, good morning, how's the legs? Clive Finnimore says test, and Ryan Perring testing. Okay, so we've got Facebook up. Obviously nobody's watching on YouTube. Right, I'm going, Clive, we're going to go. So, legs, Andrew, legs are fine, actually, yeah. So we're going all the way up to 12% elevation. I'm just going to walk. I say legs are fine. I do need to take care of them. So we are going very slowly again today. We're not pushing. And tonight I'll be going very slowly as well, not pushing. So just taking it nice and easy, relaxing. And then on Wednesday evening, if my legs feel like they've recovered from the marathon, then I will bump it up a bit and try and work a bit harder on Wednesday evening. So where's Clive gone? Is he coming? I'm walking and we are heading the counterclockwise way round. Oh, what route is it? Hang on a second. I can tell you. You stink! Thank you. Okay. Oh, that's not Monday Run Club. Right, Lucia, counterclockwise, is our route today. All-time distance, 4,830 kilometres. So I've got 170k to go. Oh, it's only a 100-mile run. I could do that tomorrow if we wanted. No. 170k to go to reach 5,000 kilometres on Zwift. And you can see the numbers there, bottom right of your screen. 14, 15. That's the number of meters that I'm climbing. Obviously, Zwift at the moment is pretty flat. So I've got 12% gain on my treadmill. Ben Johansson, good morning to you, buddy.
Nice.
I need a sound effect that says good morning and good evening as well. Actually, what is it? The Truman Show. I could get the quote from the Truman Show where he goes, "Good morning, good evening, good night," or something, whatever he says. In case I don't see ya, good morning, good evening, and good night. Ryan Perring has not got his Pursuit of Happiness badge yet. Is that 1,000 kilometres? Andrew Cutmore says, can't thank you enough for the new treadmill. Well, I didn't buy it for you. It has transformed my running on Zwift. It's so nice though, isn't it? When you... I know that we've had this chat on Messenger. When you see the number on your treadmill matching exactly the number on Zwift, and it doesn't fluctuate, it's such a nice feeling, isn't it? Yeah, so good. Okay, now I think we're going to walk, Clive, if you don't mind, we're going to walk out the first 500 metres, I think. So we'll run, when it gets to half a kilometre, we'll start running at 5.5 kph. Yeah, so Ryan Perring says the Pursuit of Happiness badge. So you know you get these achievement badges on Zwift for achieving certain distances or certain speeds or covering different routes. So the Pursuit of Happiness badge is when you get to 1,000 kilometres run on Zwift, you get that badge. Ryan, you can't be far off though now. Doing all these doing all the step-by-step beginner runs, you do what, 2 or 3 a week of those, don't you? So you must be getting close to 1,000. Andrew Cutmore says, my old treadmill was such hard work compared to the new one. Yeah, when you get a treadmill where the motor is powerful enough so that it doesn't slow down significantly when you run on it, you feel so much better, and you feel much more like your indoor running matches your outdoor running. Okay, we'll walk out another 200 metres and then we'll get running. You'll know that the Avatar will not run because the Avatar will not run until 6.8 kilometres per hour, and we will only get to that speed in the last kilometre. So that's how easy we're taking it. It's a steep climb, but do it relaxed, do it slow, and it should be fine. Don't want to get the heart rate too high, just want to get the work done in the legs. Ryan Perring has 230 kilometres to go to reach 1,000 miles. Oh, 1,000 miles, sorry, not 1,000 kilometres, okay. Yeah, 1,000 miles. Right, we've done 51 metres of climbing so far. We're nearly up at 500 metres, and we'll start running in a second. And it is going to be a very gentle jog. This is Austria, by the way, Innsbruck, that we're running through at the moment. Currently one of the two guest worlds. The other one is Richmond. So possibly the two least popular worlds, but actually Innsbruck is a lovely place to run. Right, you ready, Clive? So we're going to go up to 5.5 kilometres per hour. We're going to start jogging, and away we go. Right. TV Guy Australia says, hi Stephen, is it wrong? I want to ask you if you've checked out Ruvi. Now it's doing running too. I haven't. I did read a post on Zwift Runners that Ruvi is now doing running. And just for comparison purposes, I probably will have a little look at it at some point. But I haven't done so yet. But no, thank you for reminding me though. I will have a look at it. Andrew Cutmore says, I think the old motor was only 1.5 continuous horsepower. Yeah, well, that is going to be very weak, isn't it? So you're going to be working so hard on a treadmill like that, and it's going to make you feel really tired. So yeah, you've done really well with the new treadmill. Well done. Ben says, any new gossip regarding future updates? Not really, no. There was an update drop this morning, or overnight, which I got this morning, and I'm guessing that has loaded in the workouts for Zwift Run Academy, but that'll be about it. There won't be much else. when they got the new round of funding for Zwift, a lot of the updates that were due were scrapped. So there was supposed to be an update, a big update, around about now, October, November time. It was supposed to have the new user interface and hopefully a whole, round of fixes and feature requests. But because of the funding situation, which is good news. I mean, the funding is great news, but it has changed perspective a little bit. And things that were once priority are no longer priority. Or they've changed direction a little bit. So we have no info on any major new updates, unless they're planning something that nobody's telling us about. But normally, the guys at Zwift HQ are fairly good at telling us that something's coming up, and genuinely they haven't told us anything. Or what they've said is that the autumn update, as far as it was, is cancelled. So we just have to wait. I mean, I am hoping that we get something before Christmas, but who knows? Ian Matthews says, I've got my new second-hand treadmill second today. Second-hand treadmill, is that right? Hope this one will be more bomb-proof. Can't wait to get back to Zwift running. I hope so too, Ian. Fingers crossed for it. Ryan Perring. Avatar movement tends to look a little awkward on Ruby, but interested to see how it runs. Yeah. I mean, I know I'm a Zwift ambassador, but I suppose... I mean, I might have a word with Zwift HQ and see how they feel about me doing a live stream on Ruby as a comparison to Zwift. I mean, what you would hope. Oh God, my heart rate's rubbish, isn't it? Look at that, 165, it's nowhere near that. Come on, wrist. I should have put the chest strap on, shouldn't I? I know. But we do know it often does play around in the first 2 or 3 kilometres. The problem with this run is it's only 4 kilometres, so if my chest strap plays around for 3 kilometres before settling down, then that's a bit rubbish, isn't it? So yeah, I might have a look at Ruby and see if we do a live stream to compare it to Zwift. But maybe I shouldn't do that if I'm a Zwift ambassador. And the thing is, what I'm hoping is Ruby will be rubbish, and if I show it rubbish, that everybody will say, well, yeah, Zwift is by far the better platform. But if Ruby's great, then it'll give Zwift something to fight for, won't it? If we have some decent competition pushing Zwift running, then, because at the moment there's no reason for them to improve the game. This is the only option you have, isn't it, really? Apart from, there are Run Social and things like that, or iFit, but they're not in any way a comparison. Clive Finnimore's just busy for a second, so he'll get back to me. So it might be good if Ruby is good. It might push Zwift to improve the running side of things. Right, here's 1 kilometre up. So now we're going to go up to 6 kilometres per hour for the second kilometre. Remember, it's only 4 kilometres, 12% incline on the treadmill. Nice and easy. Heart rate is not 162, but I can't be bothered to go all the way up to the bathroom where I know my heart rate monitor is and change it, so we're going to have to be stuck with rubbish HR. Take my watch off and put it on again, sometimes that sorts it out. Ryan Perring says, I can't imagine it'll compare to Zwift for running. Not for a while, anyway. Yeah. Bent, it seems they will focus more on hardware going forward. Yeah, I think that's the focus really, is for Zwift to improve their hardware development department. And in a few months' time, I'm expecting to see not only a Zwift branded bike trainer or a Zwift branded smart bike, but a Zwift branded smart treadmill as well. And I think that's where the money is going into development of those hardware products. Zwift is moving to be a fitness brand rather than a cycling game, and that's where they want to be, because that's where the majority of people are. The majority of people are casual runners, casual fitness enthusiasts who go to the gym maybe once or twice a week, and that's the market that Zwift wants to get into. And that means they've got to branch out from just ploughing everything into cycling, although cycling will remain the core product because that's where they're generating their revenue. They are thinking big, really big. So running is not going anywhere. They're not going to ditch running. If anything, they're adding more sports. They're going to be adding obviously rowing is coming, but I could imagine so much more being added in the coming years. So yeah, I'm hoping within a year that there will be, if not already announced, there'll be rumours that a Zwift smart treadmill is coming, and it will be affordable as well. We're not talking £1,000, I don't think. I think they'll make it so that your average Joe can buy it and not feel like they're breaking the bank too much. Yeah, I think Garmin and Zwift have got a bit of a relationship now. Certainly with the virtual run profile on the Garmin watches. And if you look at the Garmin tech specs and spiel, they do talk about Zwift in their own documentation. So interesting times ahead. TV Guy, Australia, says Ruvi was interesting when I tested it, worked well. Showed battery status in the pairing screen for stride and heart rate. And the AR, and what does AR stand for? Don't know, I guess it's the are you meaning the UI? It was interesting anyway. I think what he means is that what was on screen happened. Glyphinium was just calibrated at 12%. Haha, you nutter. Oh, Ian Matthews' treadmill has arrived. Literally just now, pre-call. TRN835. Good luck, Ian, enjoy. Augmented reality, thank you very much. Yeah, that's what I meant, the on-screen view, what you see in front of you. Yeah, alright, everyone's now telling me augmented reality. Okay. Yeah, I should have dragged that from the corners of my brain, shouldn't I? Sorry. Right, heart rate looks like it's sensible again now. 133 BPM. So that's good. So we can ignore those 4 minutes in zone 4, which didn't happen. Hopefully we won't get any more spikes in my wrist-based heart rate. We are now 1.5 kilometres in, so 2.5 to go. And we've climbed 186 metres of elevation, so we are not quite halfway in the run yet. Clive Finnemore ran a marathon on Sunday and he did 3 hours 45 minutes and set his pace and maintained it throughout. Well done, Clive. Good job, buddy. Yeah, lots of us ran a marathon on Sunday. So if you didn't know, if you were living under a rock somewhere, it was the virtual London Marathon on Sunday. Well, and the real London Marathon as well for the elite runners. Interesting men's result in that Kipchoge came 8th. When has Kipchoge ever come 8th in a race? But he wasn't feeling it. And Kenenisa Bekele couldn't run at all, so we were completely denied our massive showdown between Bekele and Kipchoge. But never mind. And a good sprint finish for 2nd and 3rd place in the women's race as well. And then lots of us went out into our local streets, local parks, seafronts, and ran our own virtual London Marathon from home, which is what I did. And if you want to go onto my Film My Run YouTube channel, there is a little vlog there showing my run on Sunday. It's by no means an epic, proper Film My Run production. Just filmed with a little tiny camera, and I had lots of audio problems. Clive Finnemore says, yes, the lady sprint finish was awesome. Who was the girl who came 2nd? I can't remember what her name was now. TV guy says it's not a Stephen run without tech issues. Well, yeah, do you know what? You're totally right, to be honest. I mean, I could try and defend myself, but there's really no point. The thing is, I went out. I didn't intend to film it at all, and then Tim Gross said to me, "Oh, are you making a Film My Run video?" And I thought about it, and I thought, do you know what? I suppose I ought to, really, because I do run a channel all about running, and this is the London Marathon. I suppose I should make a video about it. But I wanted to try and do a decent time as well. So I've got a little tiny camera called the DJI Osmo Pocket. So I took that out with me. I don't use it very often. So I don't know all its ins and outs. I don't know what it's good at and what it's bad at particularly. Well, I certainly learned that on Sunday. Had all sorts of problems with the stabilisation of the gimbal. Just wouldn't film level at all. So all of my shots are wonky. I mean, I could have spent ages and ages correcting the horizon in all the shots, but who wants to spend hours doing that for just a short vlog? Sarah Hall, that was it. Clive, thank you. So there was that, and then when I got the video back to the house to edit on my laptop, I found that after the first couple of clips there was no audio. Whether the wind had affected the microphone or what, I don't know, but no audio at all, so I've had to improvise a vlog. But anyway, you can go and have a look at it on my Film My Run channel. It's my vlog of the London Marathon on Sunday. TV guy says, I've just got another tread tracker for my setup, so now I can use my phone as a Stride power display. Nice one. Yeah, and that's what I do. I just use my phone, and on a run like this, obviously power is pointless because the Stride cannot measure your increase in power. Oh, I'm supposed to be going quicker. Cannot measure your increase in power when going up an incline on a treadmill. So it's pointless to have power. Thank you, Ryan. Ryan's just reminded me I'm at 2k. 6.5 kilometers per hour now, just a slight increase you'll notice the avatar is still walking. Oh yeah, and the camera angles aren't working, are they? I've got camera angles on, but they don't seem to be doing anything. So we're headed up the con, Clive. Hopefully. 256 metres climb, so we are now over halfway. We're climbing 500 metres. So yeah, I use my phone and I display either power from the Stride app or elevation from the Zwift companion app on the screen there. I haven't done this one very well today because I've cut off a little bit of... I need to be a bit wider, don't I? The box there. Can't be bothered to change it now though. Right, heart rate is going up because I'm talking a lot. And it is a little bit more difficult now. 143 BPM.
Right on!
Haywood, thank you. So we'll be going to 4.2 or 4.1. It's between 4.1 and 4.2 kilometres, just to get the full 500 metres. So that's in about 17 minutes from now we'll have finished. Another quarter of an hour or so. Yes, there's an interview with Eric Min coming up soon on Simon's Zwiftcast. If you don't know about Zwiftcast, Simon Schofield has been running the Zwiftcast since the very early days of Zwift, 4 or 5 years ago now. And forgot 5 years ago, over 5 years ago, when cycling started. And he regularly does an interview with Eric Min, the co-founder of Zwift. And since the new funding round, where they secured, God, how many millions of dollars? 400 and something million dollars of funding. And Eric is going to come on to the Zwiftcast and chat to Simon about it, no doubt, what it means for Zwift in the long term. Heart rate 145. Feels like that's probably about right, to be honest. Probably still not quite recovered from Sunday's run. And so it's just a little bit higher than probably I would like it to be. Coming up to 2.5 kilometres now, so 1.5 kilometres to go, just over. Clive Finnemore's heart rate is 146, so we're about the same, not far off. 300 metres climb now. We might actually be getting to a bit of climb on Innsbruck now as well. Heading out of the town. So that's the state of play. So I have got the Stride foot pod on, but I'm not measuring power because it's pointless on a treadmill. Going at 12% incline, power will be completely wrong. Cadence is from the Myron treadmill, speed is from the Myron treadmill, heart rate is on the Phoenix 6 watch, and we're on the Lutcher counterclockwise route. I've no idea how to pronounce that, to be honest with you. Yeah, well, so a TV guy says they should just put the update up anyway. Well, I think the problem is that they had to wait so long through COVID-19 because they were going to push that update back in March or April time, and then COVID happened, and so they pushed it back to autumn. See, but now a lot of the things that they developed in that update are no longer relevant, or they've changed, they've moved on from where they were. So they don't want to push that update because in their eyes it's no longer relevant as an update. It would give us things that they don't want to give us anymore because they want to give us something different, or they want to give us it in a different way. So, I mean, this is an example, but this is by no means this is what's happening, okay? But say, for example, you know the drops shop and the drops that you get in cycling, and you can buy things from the shop based on the drops of sweat that you earn. Well, say that they developed that for running. Reverse com right, Clive, reverse com right. Say they developed that drops thing for running, and then they've now had this big funding thing, and the investors have come in, and other experts have come in and said, right, well, we don't want, that's not the right way to do it. Drops and a drop shop like that is not how we want to move forward. So it's pointless pushing that drops update for runners when it's no longer the direction of the company. Does that make sense? That's not what's happening, by the way. That was just an example that came to my head about how they might have changed direction. Ryan says he just wants more options in the running attire garage. Yeah, don't we all? Okay, 3 kilometres done. Now we're up to 7 kph, and we are running. The avatar is now running, and we're turning right. So heart rate up to 148 now. Working a little bit harder. 365 metres climbed. So just about 130 odd to go in this last 1200 metres. So 1 kilometre and then maybe a couple of 100 metres more after that. Yeah, Ryan says even just some Zwift branded vests, especially as they are even available in reality. So yeah, this Zwift vest that I'm wearing, you can't actually get it, I don't think, in the Zwift game. So yeah, that would be nice. Yeah, TV guy says, yeah, but we've been waiting for so long and we just have to wait again. Have you heard the phrase, it's coming soon? So soon with a Z on the front. That's how we all describe when we're getting new updates. They're coming soon. That's it's Zwift's idea of timescale. We know, I mean, the thing is, cycling have these issues as well, although they're just a lot further along than we are. You know, cycling are constantly complaining that the latest update hasn't dropped, or they need this, that or the other. Clive Finnemore says he thinks his avatar needs a stretching session at the end. Right, there we are, 400 kilometres up. No, 400 metres up. We have climbed 100 to go. Well, that's an important point that Ryan makes. At least running is still free. We are not paying for this, guys. So I guess we have to be, in some ways, thankful. 11% incline on this section of the course, so not far off matching what we're really doing. Heart rate's up to 151 now. Cyclists are so greedy.
Nice.
Right, about 6 minutes left now. 6 minutes of running to get to 500 metres climbed, and then go and have a rest. And we'll be back tonight for the Pack Social 5K. Oh, well, I won't be doing it on the bike then, Ryan. So Ryan says some of the peaks in this for cyclists are 15 to 16%. Brutal on the bike. Clive will not be at the Pack Social tonight. He's running with his club outdoors. I suppose I should run with my club outdoors at some point soon. Haven't run with my club for a couple of weeks now. Yeah, that's a good idea, TV guy. He says he always throws in, when he sees Simon Schofield's posts about Zwiftcast, he always throws in a comment about running, just to remind him we're there. My heart rate's 152 as well, Clive. Yeah, 152, the same time, buddy. So we're both working as hard as each other. Well, pretty much. It does. Outdoors does exist, you know. Honestly, I've been there. It does exist. I don't go there very often. It's all scary and cold and windy and rainy and stuff, but I have been there. .500 metres left, 4 to 500 metres left to run, and 50 metres left to climb. finding this quite tough actually now. So I'll be glad to get to the end in 3 minutes time. Got a cyclist called Jedi in front of us. No, you're okay. We're nearly done anyway, it's alright. Clive is going to run on to 5k, good job, buddy. I am not. I'm going to quite happily stop at 4.1, 4.2 at 500 metres. 30 metres left to climb. Here we go, look, there's the 4 kilometre marker, and then just beyond it is the 4.2 purple marker, but I don't think we're going to get there. Well, we might do. And hit 480 metres exactly on 4 kilometres, that's perfect. 120 metres climb per kilometre at 12% elevation. TV guy, come and do the Spanish 5k with us. I don't know how it suits your time. Actually, it probably isn't good for Australia time, is it? Just 10 metres left to climb. That's true, Ryan. Yeah, there might well be a test in the academy itself. Right, we'll go to the purple marker, to the purple 4.2 kilometre marker, just up ahead. We're nearly at 500 metres, but we'll run to that marker. There's 500 metres done. Let's just finish at the marker. We'll get the ticker tape. And there we go, 4.2, ticker tape flies, and down we go. So Clive Finmore's going to do 0% to get to 5k. Cheers Clive, well done buddy. Okay, so heart rate well into zone 3 there. 22 minutes we spent in zone 3, 4 minutes of erroneous zone 4, didn't happen, and probably 12, it says 8 minutes in zone 2, but probably 12 minutes, because I reckon those 4 minutes in zone 4 were actually in zone 2. Okay, so TV Guy says the academy notes mention just doing a Zwift 5k test to set your paces correctly, so I'm guessing it's not part of the runs. No, well, yeah, I mean, it does say do a 5k test, yes, you're right, and probably, yeah, because there's races at the end, aren't there, so it might well be that all the Zwift, actually, I tell you what, we've just had an update. Let's go and see if the workouts have been uploaded to the workout folder. So give me 2 seconds, let's go into the workout folder and see if we can find these new workouts because they weren't there the other day. No, I've not got them. Look, if you look here. So, custom workouts. Those are my own workouts. Less than 30 minutes to burn, less than an hour to burn. Zwift Academy Try from 2019 is there. And my Film My Run workouts, which I've only got one in there. So, yeah, it's not there, is it? Well, so I wonder what that update was this morning then. Maybe for the triathlon workouts, if you've joined the triathlon academy, maybe it's those that dropped today. Who knows? Okay, anyway, there we are. So that's us done. 506 meters climbed, and we'll be back tonight for Ryan's. Right, this is Ryan Downey. Ryan Downey's Pack 5K Social. So I'll see you guys then, and then it's a hard Wednesday workout if I'm feeling up to it on Wednesday. Right, guys, thanks very much for watching. Thanks for the chat on YouTube, particularly TV Guy and Ryan, and I'll see you guys tonight. Take care, bye.